Hey YouTube, coming at you with my third Summer Cup team, and this one is featuring abomasnow and specifically the core of abomasnow and Blastoise, which I used in the Open Great League earlier this season and recognized how strong it was. Obama pretty much takes down 40% of the meta. It's good against flyers, it's good against grass, it's good against water, it's good against ground, and there's so much of all that in the meta, and it's pretty safe against most things. It's the biggest problems it's going to have is it's obviously double weak to fighting. No, sorry, double weak to fire. So you got to cover the fire weakness for sure, and then it also is weak to fighting and rock. So Blastoise in the Open Great League and what I paired it with here just makes obvious sense. You resist the fire, you hit super effective against rock with the hydro cannons, and then you just have some bulk to off. Paired it with Skeldurge in this. I was looking for a safe swap, and I was like, okay, what's a good safe swap? Can't go like normal because you were double weak to fighting. And then I was like, okay, let's just I like Ghost. I know Ghost is strong in general. There's not a lot of darks. I personally don't believe there's a lot of darks in the meta right now. So I was going Ghost, and I'm like, one of the only ghosts available in this is on its secondary typing of Fire Skeldurge. So I'm like, okay, could be kind of interesting. You can even in a bad matchup, you can Shadow Ball, and you've got the ground answer in abomasnow and Blastoise with Hydro Cannon, so you can kind of work through those issues. So 8-2 with this team, even probably more dominant in the Open Great League when I pair them together. So there's just a very strong core. Terrible lead as a Bug Bite user. So your swap here in general is Blastoise. Skeldurge can just be beaten by like Mud Boys and stuff. Plus, when you see something double weak to fire, it's best not to come in with fire because they definitely have an answer for that. So I did get off one Hydro. Will respect the Rock Tomb here. And now there is your Mud Boy. So they finally got out, and I'm trying to figure out, can I get out of this matchup? Because with this 45-second, I haven't talked much about 45-second clock now, but this is what can happen if you just desync like crazy, right? I came in, we both did fast moves. I threw a Hydro, did more fast moves, and then they finally threw their charge moves. But by that time, it's 25, 30 seconds into the switch clock. So by the time they made the switch to Gastrodon, I can get out into abomasnow. And so basically abomasnow, I'm just sacrificing here. Get rid of the Mud Boy. That's fine. They're going to come and delete me here. That's fine. But now I can align my fire Pokemon on this. I'm letting the switch clock burn out because now our switch clock are probably desync, so I need mine to burn out. And they have a Diggersby in the back. So I do have Torch Song on this, but I will just go straight into Blastoise to see how much Hydro Cannons I can get off here and how much damage I can do. So they do shield the first one, and I think they overfarm here. Maybe lost track of count or not counting. Get to the Hydro Cannon. This will do fantastic chip, super effective. Not enough to take it out, but enough to put it in the deep red, which means it is now in Torch Song range. And then with the shield advantage, just going to be pretty easy end game here. So here comes the Torch Song. Takes the Diggersby. My attack, double super effective, boosted, is going to delete what's left of the fortress there. Sea King. Kind of a weird one. I didn't really know where to go here, so I went Blastoise as a safe swap. They eventually go in Toxapex, which is not an amazing answer. Gets to the Skull Bash. Sea King is just like, Poison's going to hit, or Peck, if it's running Peck. Peck is going to hit super effective against abomasnow. Fire is going to be resisted on Skeldurge. They're going to have drill runs for Skeldurge. I do have an energy ball, but that takes a while to get to, and the pecks are going to add up. So it's just like, okay, it just makes sense to come Blastoise and figure out what I want to do after here. And once I get the second Skull Bash off, I'm in pretty good shape because I burned one shield. That's fine. Got two Skull Bash off, and now I am able to live whatever they throw, even if it's the drill run, 2 times boosted defense. I'm able to live this with ease. I don't think it was worth going for a Skull Bash here because I do need to chip here to a certain extent. So I'm just going double Hydro because I think Hydro in itself is going to do good chip damage. So they do have some energy here. But with these rollouts and Hydro, as you're going to see when abomasnow comes in, even the Powder Snows do quite a lot of damage here. I went up against an abomasnow. So the moveset that I use, and which is what a lot of people have used since abomasnow has become a thing, is Powder Snow, Weather Ball. Some use Icy Wind, and then Energy Ball for your coverage there. Obviously, I'm just able to spam there, and look at that, Diggersby in the back. Abomasnow has Leafage, and Leafage is a recommended moveset. And I'm like, why is Leafage the recommended moveset? Isn't Powder Snow just such like a pretty good fast move? And then I went to the stats, and oh, hello, both are 4 energy per turn moves. Both are 2-turn moves. Both are 4 energy per turn moves, but Powder Snow is with same type attack bonus 3.6 damage per turn, and Leafage with same type attack bonus is 4.32. So I was dominating a bunch of things in the open meta with Powder Snow, which may not be even the right move to use. Now, there is a sort of debate here. What is the right move to use? You can kind of go either way, in my opinion, because you need to figure out what you think is going to be the main meta here. If both are resisted by steel, so let's just get that out of the way. But one of the main steals is Corviknight. So if you want to hit neutral against Corviknight, Powder Snow there. There's a lot of flyers, right? Togekiss at number 7. A lot of people using Pharaoh as well. So there's a lot more flyers this season than there have been the last couple seasons. So Powder Snow may be better there. At the same time, you know, you got Empoleon, which is half steel, water. Leafage would hit neutral against Empoleon with the Leafage. You know, Lapras is out there. Lapras is a top ranked Pokemon. You'd hit super effective with Leafage there, as opposed to Powder Snow that would be resisted. Jellicent, same thing, right? So all these water Pokemon, Gastrodon, you'd hit double super effective. You're probably going to dominate that matchup anyways. But, you know, I don't know. If you've used Abomasnow this season, I know a couple of you have, let me know what you think the right moveset is. On Stunfisk, it would be super effective on both powder because it's ground, so leaf, grass, and ice would be super effective on ground. So the ground types don't matter too much. Azumarill hits super effective with Leafage. Dragons would end up being resisted on Leafage, but super effective on Powder Snow. So I don't know. It's like if you want to cover for dragons, and flyers, I think Powder Snow is probably the better move. If you want to cover for water Pokemon and just overall neutral Pokemon, just better damage, like any sort of normal Pokemon or fighting Pokemon where Leafage does more damage, then Leafage is the right move. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think about those two movesets. I was kind of surprised when I saw the recommended set. I'm like, oh yeah, this thing is way better than I expected. So we'll get back on track with the battles right now. I just had to because I remember seeing that. I just wanted to talk about that. But Skeldurge putting in some work here. Torch Song, kind of an awesome move. Here's one. Fighter, which is also hitting super effective against me, but Grass. So I am hitting super effective against that. Bad timing there, I think. How much is it? 5. Yeah, 5 versus 12, I guess, or 10 versus 12 is not the worst. So I do a ton of damage. Gonna come in Skeldurge. They do get out into Credilli. It is Acid Credilli, so that is resisted. I am going to boost my attack. They're probably going to lower it. They're going to live and lower it right back, which is okay. Because as long as I'm still doing decent amount of Incinerates here, hopefully I can take it down. Am I going to need 2 or 3 is the question. Okay, so 2 is fantastic. I'm going to have energy coming out. Out comes the Pharaoh. And at this point, well, let's just see if I want to just try and run with this Pokemon. I may Instant Swap, actually. Okay, they do let that go. Now they're at a move. Now I'm going to shield. Yeah, at this point I can just Incinerate down. And I have a Torch Song coming out. And so they Instant Swap into Breloom. Get another move this off here. So this is going to have to burn that shield if they want to get one of their moves off. If this move, I don't know what it is. I have no idea what this is. Dynamic Punch is resisted. So now my attack is, what, 2 times boosted already? And then just Skeldurge. Abomasnow Blastoise, amazing. And then Skeldurge just sweeps the team. Pharaoh, here you go, right? Powder Snow, super effective. Yes, Pecks are super effective and Drill Pecks are super effective. And as you're seeing on these Peck damages, they're really adding up. So good news is, because of your 5-4 versus 5-5, you can take this in the 1 shield. Bad news is, you cannot take it in the 2 because these Pecks are adding up too much. So they're going to shield, farm me down, and come out with a move and switch. So lots of good damage there. eventually come in Blastoise. This is why I like Blastoise as a pairing. It's bulky and still putting on pressure with the Hydro Cannon. So take that. Drill Peck doesn't even do 50%. Let's see what they got in the back. Venusaur, so we'll instant swap here. Met with a Gastrodon. So that is unfortunate. So losing the lead here. Pharaoh as a safe swap kind of on the lead. The back pairing covering each other's weaknesses. My back pairing covering each other's weaknesses. And unfortunately did not get the alignment I need. So I thought here maybe the best plan was to see if I could just roll out down. Shield us, roll it down, and come out with like 2 moves. But unfortunately, roll out being resisted, non-stab. And then when they come in, I'm already too low that these Vine Whips are actually... Actually, I think they have a move too. I was surprised how fast they got to a move. Live with 1 HP, so they do live the Skull Bash anyways, and Sludge is, yeah, a quicker move than Frenzy now, so... Abomasnow. I think this is why. I think I go against a Leafage here. Yeah, so I go against a Leafage here, and they both have the same energy, so I'm just losing CMP here. So I'm like, okay, maybe it won't do over 50%, and then it does over 50%, so I'm like, ooh, that's not a good combo for me here. So do I have to catch? And then they get out, which is kind of interesting. So I may be a little too slow. Yeah. So here's the thing with the 45-second switch clock in this matchup. If I came in like within 1 fast move, I think I could like Torch Song into 2 shields my way through this. Because by the time I finally made that switch was like 3 or 4 metal sounds, they are very, very easily going to get to a third Hydro here. But because the switch clock is only 45 seconds now, if they shield this, it's a very easy catch for me. Like, or not even catch, or just getting out of this matchup. And that's exactly what happens, right? Straight into Blastoise. Do catch a move. We both had to burn 2 shields, but that's just like the house, like a little slow on my end there. Abomasnow comes in, but already out of Hydro. This will take out from this range. So goodbye, Obama. Hello, Empoleon. I am not going to let you get to another Drill Peck because that'll take me out. So here comes the Hydro to take this out. And then we'll have to see what's in the back here. It is a Quagsire. So I'm going to instant swap here just to chip. Right? Mudshot's resisted. They're not going to Mudshot me down. I just want to chip to put this in Hydro range essentially. And they're going to overfarm a bit. So now my only concern is, I think if I come in Blastoise, they may take me out. They just do an Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail is not going to take me out, so maybe I do go Blastoise. I can go either, I think. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of forcing energy here. Although I don't think an Aqua Tail takes out Blastoise from full health here. But anyway, switch timer's done. Into the Blastoise. Get the Hydro off. Oh yeah, I definitely would have been taken out from the Blastoise. 1 Mudshot took me to the red. Castform. Kind of spicy, but kind of deadly at the same time. Weather Balls got buffed, and this thing is has multiple Weather Balls, and one of them is a rock. So it has a normal type Weather Ball, and it has a rock Weather Ball. This is bad timing, because I was thinking that the fast move was still like Tackle or something, which is a 2-turn, but it is Hex, so it's a 3-turn. Which means I just threw right on 6, which means they got a full extra Hex through, which means they get another move off. So unfortunately, just not recognizing what the fast move was, costing me a full fast move there, and then allowing them to get to a move. I do keep switch, and it is a Chestnut, so this is nice to keep the alignment here. Get a couple 3 Incinerates here. What are they? What are they doing? And 3 Incinerates and a Torch Song. Are they super weak in the back to this? Does this thing have a... So yeah, I'm shielding. And the reason I'm shielding is this exact thought process right here. What are you doing? Like, why are you staying in that matchup when I'm just lighting you up? They have a fire Pokemon as well. There's this Half Dragon. I do have Shadow Ball here, and that almost 1-shot. So now I'm just going to come in here and roll out down, hoping to come out with at least 1 Hydro. Actually, I'm going to be 1 short, I think. But if they don't have a move, I'm going to put some pressure on. And now the question is, they should get to 2 Frenzies because they farmed up a ton on the front end. Can they take me out back-to-back moves here? No, I thought they for sure would have had some, but maybe not. Ferret, kind of a neutralish one. I should look at Ferret in this meta. Actually, I haven't tried Ferret in this meta yet, but I was looking at fighters, and there's like no fighters in this meta. Like there's like Poliwrath and Blaziken that have counter, and those are basically your only counter users. So you may have a pretty good time with Ferret in this meta. So do take it out. Dunsparce comes in. See if I can get to another move here. I cannot. That's okay. Will line on Blastoise where rock and ground is not super effective like it would be on Skeldurge. Drill Run does land, but yeah, that's just Blastoise bulk. Man, I wasn't wrong on this Pokemon because it was this. My analysis was basically like just it feels worse than all the other water Pokemon because you're so used to for the last 24 seasons having just like Glass Cannon, Hydro Cannon users, right? You have Greninja, you have Empoleon, you have Feraligatr, you have Swampert. So when I first used this Pokemon, I'm just like, why would you use this Pokemon when you have these glass cannons out there? Like, just spam those Hydros and like really put shield pressure on. Until then, I used Blastoise a lot more last season and recognized like, oh, this thing still puts on some Hydro Cannon pressure, not as much, but just being able to take the moves is absolutely incredible. And Dodrio here, which is kind of spicy, but one of the highest sort of damage moves in the game, plus boosted that attack. Take them out here. Palkia, oh god. Okay, so I don't count on a good day, and I sure don't count on Pokemon that are one-turn moves, and I don't know the new counts for Pokemon with Dragon Breath, the rework. I don't know all the counts, especially on Pokemon like this. So first I thought I'd live an Aqua Tail. It's resisted, and it does not. And then they come here, and I'm just like, okay, that's probably just... Okay, so I shield this. But then he goes back to back here. So I go one extra rollout. I'm like, you just threw an Aqua Tail. There's no way you can get to like a Draco. And it's a freaking Draco. So this game is over already. I really did not expect them to get to a second Aqua Tail and almost immediately throw a Draco. Again, I just don't know the rework of the Dragon moves, especially on Palkia. It's definitely one of those that's just... What can you do? So there's no way I'm going to win this matchup. Not even close. And this is the last matchup of the thing. So still, I think I went 8-2 with this team. Very, very strong. I think Obama and Blastoise are a fantastic core. It is a core that I'm going to be using probably a lot in Open Great League. I think that this is the core that's going to kind of help me push up the rankings this season. I think in the Open Great League, what did I use it with? Drapion as a safe swap? I can't remember. I think it was Drapion, just because Drapion only has one weakness in ground, and abomasnow resists the ground, hits super effective, and Blastoise hits super effective with a Hydro Cannon on ground. So I think it was Drapion as my safe swap, but you'll see that video in a couple weeks when Great League rotation comes back. So that is it. Someone is mentioning. Let me talk about two things at the end of the video here that I forgot. One, I forgot to talk about the super effective, not super effective stuff. And I wanted to mention the meta because someone in the comments, I think it was yesterday morning's video, basically said the Summer Cup meta is more open than the Ultra League meta right now. And they said like everyone in the Ultra League is running the Corviknight Bellibolt core and it's getting boring. And there just seems like so many Pokemon here in the Summer Cup. And I've kind of noticed this too, and it's not surprising given, and again, I did this, like, what is the meta analysis? You know, you took away, I listed all the Pokemon from last season that were like top meta Pokemon, and you basically took away like 3 of them and added like 15 new Pokemon. So when we already had some of the widest meta before, and you just added a bunch of new Pokemon to that meta, it's just a even more wide open meta. So there's truly in the Open Great League like 80 plus usable Pokemon that can be put on a team here. Like multiple Pokemon in the 100 plus range. You could put 3 Pokemon in the 100 plus range on a team and still probably do pretty well. Like that's how wide open the meta is right now. So it's not surprising that in a cup with, what is this, 5 or 6 typings, that you do have a variety of Pokemon that have play here. So not surprising that this meta is a lot more open than before. The addition of super effective, not super effective. Now, I don't play the later games. I think my wife bought me one of the later games and I played for like a week and I'm like, this is too weird for me. I'm only used to red. I can't do these newer ones. So I know that in the later games, they have added this exactly. So in the main series games and later main series games, they do have whether a move is super effective or resisted or nothing if it's neutral. So that is an addition that is not offside with this sort of open the main series games. Now, this is huge for a lot of people who do not know typings. And the amount of times that I have showcased teams in the 2,000 to 2,300 elo range that just throw resisted move after resisted move after resisted move. And my first thing is, know your freaking typings, man. Like if you want any sort of play in GBL, you need to know your typings. So for them to basically add what moves are resisted and super effective, one, it will help you throw the right move, which will significantly change the game. And two, it will maybe help you learn the typings a bit faster. It's like, oh, I can't throw this because it's resisted because this typing resists this move. So it'll help you learn faster. Now, 2 things come of this. One is you basically take away the advantage of the better players to a certain extent, not fully, and I'll explain what I mean here. So, the jump between 2,300 to 2,500 plus for sure is typings. You need to know your typings. When you're at 2,500 plus, like pretty much everyone knows their typings. This game has been around so long. The meta is wider now, but we've had different typings come and go as main meta typings. So I think most people 2,500 and above already know the typings. So does it give away a little bit of an advantage? Sure. Is it going to affect the upper leagues, upper elo players? Probably not. And the other thing that it does not do is you still need to know what Pokemon to go into. And this is the thing that I still see, especially in the lower elo ranges constantly, where it's just like you're against someone and they say swap and then they either hesitate or they go into like not the right Pokemon. And so these super effective, not super effective moves do not help you if you can't know where to go to if your opponent switches anyway. So is it helpful? Yes. Is it going to help the lower elo players? Yes. Is it a game changer again for most of the GBL? I don't think so. I think most people probably know most of the typings, and those are at the lower still need to understand the typings to understand matchups before you start throwing those moves anyways. So I think it's a nice addition, but I don't think it's anything that's going to like break the league. But you know what? 2 times XL candy trading on Sunday was fantastic. Adding this in is fantastic. I like the changes from 50 to 80. I like that they're giving you more options for XP. Like, it seems, I think someone made a joke, either joke or said honestly, it's like, it seems like they actually have, once they made this sale, Niantic to Scopely, it seems like they actually have a product manager that knows how to actually run a game properly. Because it just seems like, honestly, it seems like one after another, they've been hitting it out of the park with some of these updates. And the one turn leg is like, again, not 100% fixed. I had it a couple times, but I was having it multiple times a match last season. And I'm lucky if I had like 2 or 3 in a week here. So that seems to be improved as well. So you know what? It's content creators don't like coming on and just complaining about the state of the game. If you fix the game, I will be the first to congratulate you on putting in the effort to fix the game. Again, it shouldn't have taken 24 seasons of GBL and 10 years of the game to fix some of these things. But you know what? They're being fixed. That's a positive. Thank you for fixing them. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.